Hello and welcome to the Extra Tangent podcast segment where Jeff feels like talking. What am I talking to third person? Where I feel like talking about European countries and I try to roast them. Or I just make jokes. So, first, we are going to start with Iceland because it's the. No. We'll start with Greenland because it's not even a real country. It's somehow still a colony of Denmark. I guess it's still a colony because either the people of Greenland just don't care, or Denmark just decided, it's probably best if we take care of them because doesn't Greenland have like the highest suicide rate of the entire world? The island probably end up barren with just seals left and crazy people. Although it might already have crazy people. Next up is Iceland. The entire name of the place in itself is just kind of a bit funny to me because it was a prank by the Vikings, though the oldest prank known to man. Otherwise, I know almost nothing. No, it's not. It's not a nation. Faroe Islands, isn't that part of Norway? Next up is America's dad, the United Kingdom, England, Britain, whatever you want to call it. So basically, the UK is just America but worse because we do everything better than them. We have better military. We have more freedom than them. We have better rights than them. I think we have better politics because we don't have 20 different parties that people have to manage. And we're actually still relevant to the world. And the UK isn't really. Ever since they lost their giant empire, they're just sort of an old man who lost everything and his kids don't like him. Or at least America doesn't. But yeah, Britain, you're just worse than us. Also, why do you own Northern Ireland? Doesn't make any sense. It's obviously not your land. Just give it back to Ireland. Next up, Ireland. You're not even a full. Why do you call yourself Ireland? You're like 3/4 of Ireland. You should call yourself that. Just sign a deal with Britain or something to get the last bit of your island back. I don't understand why they even have it. It's stupid. Except it's France. I don't even know what to say about France. I mean, I could say the oh ha ha surrender joke, but I mean, France is pretty good in the past, I guess, with like Napoleon and during the medieval period and the Renaissance and all that. They kicked ass, you know. That's why French was such a big language because they were so big that people need to know it. But I don't even know what they do nowadays. I think they just kind of sit around and try to sound superior to other Europeans. At least that's what I've seen. Also, they're pretty large. Next up is that a country? Andorra? I know nothing about that place. It's really small. Spain. Spain apparently has a lot of problems with different cultural groups, like the Catalonians. And I bet they have some problems in the south because of the more Islamic peoples there, because it was the last part of the continent with Muslims on it. But Spain is like Britain, but worse. What's it called? Because they used to have this huge empire. I mean, they made the rest of the Americas, except Canada, speak their language and follow their religion, but now they're just completely useless. Like even more than the UK. They make like no money, and I think the only reason people care about them is because they're fairly big. Um, Also, they have some weird traditions with like bullfighting and stuff where they like kill the bulls. That's weird. Next up is Portugal, who's just Spain but worse. Um, Portugal, I don't even know why they exist. They're so tiny. Why didn't they get conquered by Spain or somebody in the past few hundred years? It doesn't make any sense. Why didn't the like fascists who took over Spain just go, yeah, let's just go fuck over Portugal, guys? Because it's so tiny, it can't even defend itself. I mean, even its like colonial era, it was so much smaller because the Pope just basically gave him a giant middle finger and said, "Nah, all you get is Brazil." And Brazil is better than Portugal because they're way bigger and they're more relevant to the world stage. Portugal, you don't even need to exist. Next up, I'll do Belgium. Belgium has like Portugal. I don't know why you exist. it has really no historical precedent of being there. It was just kind of made. I think it should just be split into three parts or something, or maybe two, and just have parts go to Netherlands, France, or maybe Germany, or or Luxembourg. I just don't see why they exist. I mean, I'm sure just give it to whoever like language they're related to. Are they like a French language or like a Latin based language? Are they German? Well, German could go either way because Dutch is a German language. Whatever. Next up is the Netherlands. The Netherlands is in a heated race with itself and Florida to see who sinks first and who can form modern day Atlantis. I also hear that they do a lot of drugs and drink. Sounds like a lot of people's preferred place to live. That's the only joke I got is that they're trying to become like fish people. Germany is fucking weird. So for hundreds of years, they were this confederated state kind of thing with the Holy Roman Empire, where they were princes. They were kind of independent, but not. It was weird. Then Napoleon comes along, kicks their ass, it disappears. Ooh, I got a burp. And then they become, well, not all of them, but Prussia shows up and they get revenge by going to France and just utterly humiliating them and, and just kicking ass across Europe. And then the bane of Germany's existence, Austria, happens. Now, I know you're saying, oh, Austria's been around. Yeah, but listen, just shut up. They got dragged into World War One by Austria. And then they got blamed. The war was blamed on Germany, not Austria, which doesn't make any sense because Germany just honored their alliance. It's not their fault. Go blame the Austrians. And Hitler was born in Austria, but he's called German all the time. What I'm saying is that Austria is the start of all of the problems for Germany. So moving on, next we have Switzerland, the ultimate neutral man in Europe. There's that old Futurama clip of I have no strong feelings one way or the other. That is Switzerland personified. I can't really make a joke. That's the joke in itself. But apparently they're willing to deal with anybody and everybody, which I can respect. I skipped Luxembourg because who gives a shit about Luxembourg? It's just where old rich people go to live because it's probably like very lax laws. Next up is Austria, which is another fallen empire, but they didn't even have colonies. Or if they did, I don't even know about them because they didn't matter. They just took over Hungary. Not took it over. They did political marriage and shit. Just go play like CK2 for 6 hours and you'll know how they did it. But they cause a lot of problems for Germany, which is basically their like older brother. Czechia, I thought it was the Czech Republic. Whatever. Bohemia is a better name, is all I'm gonna say. Also, I think it's one of the countries with the most amount of atheistic people in it, which is kind of ironic because the Hussite rebellions there were kind of a prelude to the Protestant Reformation. So, but the joke, what's the joke for the Czech Republic? Czechia. Stop changing your name. That's the joke. Poland, I didn't know it was this big actually. I thought it was smaller on the map, but it's actually quite large. They got beat around a lot for a large amount of history, except when the Commonwealth happened with them in Lithuania. So it's actually sort of a positive spin for Europe. Like, yeah, this like underdog who got beat around so much came back up. But otherwise, apparently they're extremely rural and poor, and that's the joke. Also, apparently, I think I saw something on Reddit once about like plumbers or construction workers or something. I've no clue. I don't have much knowledge of Eastern Europe. Slovakia, I don't know. Hungary. First of all, the name itself, like Hungary, ha 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 ha, funny. But Hungary used to be a lot bigger, and now they're just like a shadow of their former selves. Plus, they got beat up by, not beat up, they just got like kidnapped by Austria for a few centuries. I don't know. I guess I'll do Denmark. Actually, I'm just gonna cover all the Nordic countries, which is three of them. I don't count Finland as a Nordic country. They're not related by language and such. It's different. Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. They're what all the socialists here. So like, we want a Scandinavian style socialist nation. Even though I don't think these countries are really at socialist, I think they just have socialist policies. But what the fuck have any of you ever done? Denmark, what did you ever do except go colonize Greenland? Norway, what have you ever done? Sweden, at least, because I know this via Sabaton, they were like, oh, we helped with the 30 Years' War. It's like, wow, guys, but have you done anything else ever? I think you conquered Finland once. Finland, you're in Russia's shadow daily. The only reason you exist is because the Soviet Union fell. Otherwise, I have nothing to say about you. Estonia, I don't know. Your name's kind of interesting, I guess. Latvia, your name is not as good as Estonia's. But your main city here, Riga, sounds better than Tallinn. Lithuania, oh. From playing you, not playing you, I played Poland in EU4 once. Lithuania was so big. Oh, now seeing in this little tiny state, it's sad. Also, this little thing here that I think it's Russia owns between Lithuania and Poland. Why? They can't even like administrate it properly. Probably, just sell it off to like Lithuania so they can get a bit bigger. Belarus, I don't know what you are. What's your capital, Minsk? I don't know. I don't care. You're just a post-Soviet fall thing. Ukraine, your capital's Kiev, which that's a good city, I guess. I know you're gonna fight with Russia, but that's about it. And then apparently you don't like Russia.
No, I said I should.
Hello, yes, I'm back. I got interrupted. I think I was on Ukraine. Yeah, they're in a fight with Russia about Crimea. There's an ancient joke here about, oh, Crimea River. But I know nothing else about them, except that they're really big, and I don't know why. Moldavia, you're a March of Poland at the start of EU4. That's all I know about you. Romania, I didn't think you were this big. You're very large. Apparently, your country's very poor, and don't you? Your name goes to the gypsies, right? The Roma or something like that. Apparently, people in Europe hate those people. Bulgaria, you exist. Macedonia, hey, you remember when you were important like 3,000 years ago? Greece, hey, remember you when you were the best nation of the Western world? Albania, you get wrecked by the Ottomans in 1444, Rip Skandenberg. Montenegro, I thought that was a city-state. It's a real country? Oh. Serbia, apparently they don't like Turkish people or something. That ancient meme with those people, like it's called, what's it fucking called? I don't know, but it's the guy with the accordion and the terrible like quality or whatever. Bosnia and Herzegovina. I don't know. Why is your name so long? Just become Bosnia or Herzegovina. Why do you have to be both? Or just make a new name, like Bosgovnia. It's terrible. Oh yeah, wasn't that the country that started World War One? Was it Bosnians or It was like Bosnians or Croatians or something. What's it called? Or was it? No. The Serbians gave them guns. The assassins, I think. Croatia. Why is your country like a? Oh my God! It's Pac-Man, and it's trying to eat Bosnia and Herzegovina. Is that oh my God! It's Pac-Man. Slovenia. I didn't know you were in there. You're just hiding in plain sight. Italy. I wanted to go see you because Rome and stuff is cool to see, and Florence, and Venice if I could. Um, what's it called? You have a very important city inside you, with used to be the basis of this giant empire that spanned the Western world, and now you're just some random European country that just clings to its heritage like all the other ones do. Well, except maybe Germany. I mean, their heritage. I don't know if you really want to cling to that. Who didn't I cover? Oh yeah, Russia. Well, Russia's the most of it's in Asia, so would you even count it as a European country? I mean, most people do, so I'll do it anyways. Russia. You say you've embraced democracy, but you haven't. You've just reelected Putin over and over again because the Russian people seem to like autocracy and iron-fisted governments. They say they want something else, like, oh, we want democracy, or oh, we want communism where there's no leaders, but they end up just getting dictators. So you guys need to solve your shit. Also, I've seen a lot of memes of Russian people getting drunk and such, so maybe you should lay off that. And oh yeah, Turkey. Something going on with their president, I think, right? Something about like he's trying to become a dictator. But they used to be the Ottomans, which was my first game in EU4. Also, if you're wondering, I know where most of these are from that game. What's it called? Heavily Islamic country. What's it called? Their capital isn't Istanbul? Why? That's stupid. Make your capital Istanbul. Should I cover anywhere else? I'll do Canada too, because they're just our cousin. No, they're like our little fucking brother to the north. Canada, you're just America but worse. Like even more than England. You guys could have been as good as us, but you didn't have your own like revolution. You're like, oh no, we'll be good with Dad. We won't break away and move out at 15 because we hate him. We'll stick around till we're 26 and still say he rules our lives and use him on our fucking money. Also, what I've seen, Canadians are cowards. Like, they always apologize and shit. Maybe it goes back to that they didn't have the guts to rebel. Also, you need to deal with your, like, language issues. Your nation shouldn't have two languages. That's just too much work. Just choose one. Anyone else I want to cover? No, I'll just bag on the UK more, so my British fans don't like us as much. The UK, your politics is shit. You say your system's better, but it's not. Like, oh, our system's better than the Americans because first past the post, blah 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 blah. I can't even follow your politics. You say, oh, dumb American, you can't follow civil politics. Blah, 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 blah. Tea and crumpet. This is terrible. Why am I doing this? Scotland should be its own country. Wales should be its own country. England should be England. It shouldn't be a united kingdom. Why do you even have royalty anymore? You don't need them. They have no use. Europe. Why do your nations, some of them, still even have royalty? Like, it's just useless. They cost you money, and they don't do anything. Just get rid of them. And I'm not saying going, like, off them. I'm just saying, like, hey, when these ones die, don't put any more up. And just make your leaders your actual leaders. It's like, oh, your prime ministers. Yeah, they'll be your figureheads. Instead of these random old people with crowns who don't do anything. And you all freak out about their fucking weddings or whatever. Who gives a shit? It doesn't matter. France had the right idea. They don't have it. Well, I went to the French Revolution. The French Revolution's like the American Revolution, but worse. The American Revolution, like, we didn't kill it. Well, we did kill people, the British, but like, we didn't just kill innocent people. I know somebody's gonna go find like, well, this one innocent person was killed, or excuse me, these 2 dozen people were killed. Well, that doesn't compare to the fucking atrocities that happened during the French Revolution. Okay, back off. Um, if I had to rate the country I'd want to visit, well, not the country. I'm gonna rate countries in Europe that I'd want to visit from one being the best. Italy, France, UK, Germany, Spain, Greece, Turkey. Nah, I don't give a shit about the rest. Maybe like Sweden if I had to, but there's nothing to see there. What's it called? But hey, Europe, at least you're more stable than the Middle East. That place is not fun. I'm just zooming in on it now. Whoa, West Bank. Oh yeah, all that stuff in Israel. Those are weird borders. There's like a double. That's weird looking. Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan. Oh, apparently, Stan's a very famous person over there. Yep. So there you go. What the fuck do we call our fans? Tangeteers. I think it was angles. Or maybe like sines or cosines. Something like that. There you go. I was just doing this in my head because I was listening to music. And it came up how much the UK sucks. And I thought about all the other European countries. I said, why don't I record this and Ejon can include it as like a bonus segment called Jeffrey Hates on Europe. Oh yeah, my full name's Jeffrey. There you go, boys and girls. No fucking girls watch this. Although if they do, call me. I'm fucking lonely. This is garbage. This is utter garbage. Well, I am looking forward to all of the angry Europeans sending us messages. So thank you for listening. Go enjoy your day or night or something like that. Oh yeah, and make sure to drink enough water. Don't drink too much like carbonated beverages and such. Water is very important to your life. Oh yeah, and milk too, and tea. Tea is really good. I've been drinking more of it. Like green tea. I don't like black tea as much. I mean, it gives you energy, but it doesn't taste as good. Green tea just has that nice aroma to it. It makes me feel good. So, but I'm addicted to water. I drink like 8 bottles a day. Send help. I think I'm gonna end this now. Bye.